Okay, this is it. This is the final, probably the final video on Invisalign or teeth whitening. Doesn't have to be Invisalign, that's the one I use. I got nice white teeth, not white, but straight teeth. And I figured I'd talk about it. Some important things to know. 6 questions answered, I called it. Maybe I'll do 7, I don't know. I'll toss in an extra one for free. Over a year and a half ago I started. Actually it's going to be 2 years pretty soon. And would I do it again? Yes, I guess that's the main thing to consider. But there are some things to consider. All these packages, I have tons. Each of these is a little packet and they're all sets. So I did them in sets and that's something I'll probably talk about. But the first thing, what it is little plastic trays that go in your mouth about 20 hours a day at first, actually 20 to 24, and then they straighten your teeth over time. So you go in, you get your scans, you get x-rays, you get all this crazy stuff done in your mouth, fittings, and then they give you the trays when you go into the dentist, and they're little pieces of plastic that go on your teeth and you wear them, hopefully 20 to 22 hours a day. You gotta take them out to eat, and your life is gonna be that for a while. So you can't eat or drink when you have them in your mouth. You can use a straw. They'll probably get a stain, but you only use them for 1 week at a time. So by the time you don't want to use one anymore, no problem. You're on the next one. So yeah, that's about the process. So that's what it is. So number one, what it is these trays that go in your mouth and straighten your teeth. It's about, I believe, $5,000 to $6,000. That's before your insurance or dental plans or, I don't know, discounts, all that stuff. So I believe that's kind of the average cost. Will anyone actually pay that much? I don't know. I didn't. I had good insurance and FMA or whatever, the medical thing. So there are ways to get down the price. But, even at $2,500, that might be a deal killer for some people. It's like, I don't got $2,500, in which case, I guess, yeah, there's no point on going in on to anything else, because if you can't afford it, then, you can't afford it. That's just the way it is. Is it painful? No, actually, I don't think there's ever any pain. Discomfort, a little soreness, especially in the morning when you first start a new tray, the first day, maybe 2. Yeah, definitely the next morning. It's like really tight when you fit it on, but that's it. I was able to eat just fine. So yeah, it'll be a little sore. I never felt any pain. Maybe others do, but there really shouldn't be. Lots of discomfort when they're doing the fittings and they're putting those things in your mouth, the plastic to take the pictures. That was just uncomfortable, but I got through it. I survived. Yes, depending on how bad your teeth are to begin with. I mean, if your teeth are really good and you want them perfect, then you might want to really consider some of those later steps before you decide, because if you're going from really bad to good, I mean, they all, I think, in the end get you great teeth, but yeah, there's some considerations for that. I think so, but I never had braces. But taking them out is kind of great. There's no metal left in your mouth, so you can always clean your teeth very well, so you don't have that to deal with. Anything else? Yeah, I think those are the main things. It's just, for some people, they just cannot keep them in your mouth. I think I've talked to someone that just had to give up on it because they figured I just couldn't keep putting them in my mouth, or couldn't remember to do it, or didn't want to do it, whatever. Braces, at least you're committed. You're not taking them out of your mouth. So there is that to consider if you just don't think you're going to do this. But this is just so much easier, and it's so nice being able to take them out of your mouth and you want to clean them. So yeah, plus you don't look like you have braces as an adult. In a word, forever, for the rest of your life, and that is kind of the downside of them. There's 2 stages though. There's the kind of the correction stage and the retention stage. So the correction stage is what I mentioned, that takes 20 to 22 hours a day. These things are gonna be in your mouth, and they take some getting used to. I mean, that's a big commitment. I did not want to go through this, but I finally decided I would, and you get used to it. It's just the way of life. I did lose some weight. That was a cool thing. Didn't even have to, but I did. But yeah, so my first stage was only supposed to be 10 weeks, so a few months, but for some reason, my teeth 1 to 10 didn't do the job, so then I got 1 through 5 that didn't quite do the job, so then I got 1, 2, 3. So yeah, 10 weeks plus 5 weeks plus 3 weeks, and there was a lot of delays in between, like a month to get the new trays and the scans, so it ended up being about a year not quite a year, but a long process. And that was just the kind of correction phase. And then the retention phase, that's when that's just still onward today. I mean, even every night, I gotta put these things in my mouth. I'll show you those in a second. So you gotta consider that they're forever. They're not gonna stop. You'll always have to be doing that. But once you're in the retention phase, and it's at night, you go, right before you get really sleepy, put them in, go to sleep, wake up, take them out, and it's like, who cares? You're asleep, Doesn't matter what you do in your sleep. So yeah. And it's funny because a little sore, a little tight at night, and then in the morning, nice and loose. That kind of tells you something. So we'll get to that. Anything else? Yeah, I mean, I kind of think it's that retention phase that just lasts. Well, these are getting kind of stained. Just lasts forever. And the thing is, you can think, well, once my teeth are fixed, maybe I don't have to wear the retention. I don't know, because like if I skip a day or forget a day or like 2 days, then all of a sudden when I put the tray back in, it goes just like that. It feels really tight. Sometimes you do feel like gagging when you put these in. So the fact that they feel really tight after a day means, the teeth are kind of like, as soon as you're letting go for a day, 2 days, it's frustrating because you think, man, it's gonna go back to the way it was before. I don't know if it'd ever get that bad or what it would do, because I'm not gonna try it, but the dentist, I think they said, well, your teeth do kind of start hardening up and solidifying in place over time, so maybe that wouldn't be much of a problem as you get older, but you paid all that money for it, you committed to it, you're gonna have to do it every night. Bonus, you can use these things. I use these things as teeth, it's probably the cleanest ones, because I use these things as a teeth whitening device. So you buy the stuff, you put them in, and then you just wear them for 30 minutes in the day. You wouldn't want to wear them obviously all night with teeth whitening in, but 30 minutes and then you get your teeth whitening. So that's kind of a bonus of these things, and they fit their mouth because you got them specially made for you. So yeah, Invisalign's what I used. I definitely do recommend it. I'm happy with the experience. I just do get tired of having to put these things in, but my teeth were my lower teeth were really kind of getting a little jaggy before, so I'm glad I did it. I mean, and looking back, like, man, that wasn't, wow, how did I live with that? But on the other hand, it's like the cost is something, and putting them in every night for the rest of your life, I can finally throw some of these away. But I did save the first one, the very first tray, and the very last tray, which was kind of fun. All right, that's it. I hope that helps. Invisalign, and maybe there's some knockoff brands. Maybe it's not like the hardest technology in the world to do, so maybe the knockoff brands would be fine too. But for me, the insurance paid for a lot of it, so I was happy with Invisalign. Maybe you would be too. I don't know. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear other people's experiences with that, but I'm assuming most of them probably going to be pretty good because it's pretty awesome. Don't even need braces these days.